Yeah.
An awesome God he reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Welcome back to another episode of Chaotic Serenity. And so in the Daily Dose, we've been going through the book of Matthew, right? And something that I've taken note of is the number of times that Jesus predicts his own death, right? There's at least 3, maybe more than that, where Jesus talks about, hey, I'm going to ultimately be killed at the hands of the Jews, and after 3 days, I'm going to rise again. Okay? Now, keeping all of that in mind, let's also remember that the disciples witnessed him bring people back to life. They witnessed him do all kinds of miraculous deeds. Peter, and I believe many of them, believed and confessed that he was the Messiah, the Son of the living God, okay? God in human form. So when I think about all these times that Jesus predicted his own death and his resurrection, right? We've got the information there. We've got the knowledge. We've got the logos, right? So the disciples were privy to the knowledge, the head knowledge, that Jesus was saying that he was going to be resurrected and brought back to life after 3 days of being in the tomb, right? So that's what Jesus said. Now, did the disciples have any reason to think that he was capable of that, or that God was capable of that, right? I think it's fair to say they did because of all the miracles that the disciples witnessed, including but not limited to people being brought back to life. Okay? So it perplexes me a little bit when Jesus is crucified, right? The disciples basically flee and they go back to the upper room and they're freaking out. They don't know what to do. They are all they're in shambles over what happened. And I get that it would have been very traumatic for them to have been around and see what happened to Jesus, right, as he was dying. But it's almost like they forgot about everything else that they heard and that they saw when he was with them, right? About how he predicted his own death and about how he predicted his resurrection and how he raised so many other people to the dead. So when I read stuff like this that doesn't seem to make sense to me, I think about, well, what would I have done if I was in their shoes? And honestly, I don't know, because I'm not in their shoes. When you go through a traumatic experience like that, all kinds of funny things can happen to your mind and where your thoughts go. But that's something that I do wonder. I wonder, was there some conversation and dialogue that we aren't privy to, or that I haven't read, that shows the disciples saying, hey, Jesus said he was going to be resurrected after 3 days, so let's just wait it out. He's coming back. We're going to see it. He's coming back, right? He's going to keep true to his word. All of the things that he said that came true, this is going to come true too. So let's just wait it out. That doesn't seem to be the atmosphere among the disciples when they're hiding out in fear after what happened to Jesus, right? They don't seem to be thinking about or even mentioning the fact that he said that he was going to be resurrected after the 3rd day. So I find that pretty interesting, right? And then you've got, even after he does come back to life, and he appears before the disciples, and then you've got doubting Thomas, who says, well, I'm not going to believe it unless I, stick my finger in the spear wound in his side and stick my finger in, the hole that's in the palm of his hands, and so on and so forth. And so even after Jesus predicts his resurrection, right, and even after he pops back up, there are still some that don't even believe their own eyes when they see it at first, right? So that's just another one of those things that that it's like, disciples, come on, where were your heads at? Why didn't you remember what Jesus said, that he was coming back? Did you forget, or did you just simply not believe that it was true, that it was actually going to happen? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it's something interesting to think about. And that's all I got for y'all for today. So thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. And hey, until we meet again, deuces. See y'all next time.